Alright, guys. I know it's a bit late. I'm currently recording at 7 a.m. in the morning. But recently, we got a report, aka from Hansuke, with an interview from Neon Falcon's president, Kondo, about the highly anticipated Kai no Kiseki game. And we got a bunch of questions that we could get to share with you guys, so we can make sure, you guys get the info what we're supposed to be looking for. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get started. For Kuro no Kiseki and with two works, as Kai no Kiseki will be positioned like Hajimari no Kiseki, that acts like a summary of past events and is set up for a game for the new arc. It is positioned like Hajimari no Kiseki, but with new story developments, since Kai no Kiseki is meant to conclude the Republic arc, and also serve as the beginning of the climax of the entire Kiseki series. We decided on a new title after thinking about it for a while. You may feel that the development of the story is similar to that of Hajimari no Kiseki. In some aspects, such as the appearance of many familiar characters, this works differs from Hajimari no Kiseki, and returning characters appear at important points in the story. After the development of Kuro no Kiseki 2 was completed, my instruction to the team was to cease the prolonging of the story and start moving towards the climax. So from this interview alone, from what Kondo is saying, it seems like it's gonna be the conclusion of the Kuro series, which is something of a setup, obviously, and we're gonna be featuring new characters, new returning characters that people may be excited to be talking about, and also the fact that I guess if Kuro's gonna end with this, then it's gonna pretty much see how the hell is it really gonna turn out. So let's go further down. 2044 is the 20th anniversary of the Kiseki series. Will there be any more projects other than the upcoming Kai no Kiseki? If so, it's convenient to disclose some relative information about them. There are indeed plans, likewise. I did already mention about them earlier, but the company won't let me disclose it, so that's all I can say at the moment. Maybe they're hoping for a Sky remake? Who knows? Maybe they can announce more stuff that's being ported to the Switch, even though I doubt they're gonna run it on the Switch, but we will see. For September of this year, the release timeframe of the Japanese version of Kai no Kiseki is the Asia version have a possibility to have a simultaneous launch release with the Japanese version. Of course, we want a simultaneous release, but this time the script was written earlier compared to the past titles, and the rest of the work is left up to Cloud Leopard. And Yunshin, we did get a simultaneous release of Vice X last year, although we haven't seen the text of Kai no Kiseki as of yet, and the amount of text will definitely be larger than that of Weiss. We will certainly do our best to achieve the goal of a simultaneous release if possible. What if information can be disclosed about Kai no Kiseki as a work commemorating the 20th anniversary of the Kiseki series? Well, first of all, many characters from the Kiseki games will make their appearance, but the game will start as the conclusion of the Republic of Calvard, and it will revolve around Vaughn. But the flow of the game will be very similar to that of Hajimari no Kiseki, where one stage is at A, and the other stage is at B. Class 7 from Trails of Cold Steel, a familiar organization you may know well across the series. Who could that be? And even the Church of the Grauls will appear in the game, which all of them will play a rather important aspect for the story. So it's seemingly that, since this is gonna play like how similar Hajimari no Kiseki was, they're expecting Class 7, the whole focal point of Trails of Cold Steel, is gonna appear in Kai no Kiseki. I'm curious how many of Class 7 are they gonna put? Are they gonna put the entire class? Are they gonna make them all playable? My god, if all of them become playable, Jesus, I don't know how anyone will keep up with the amount of characters. I'm curious for a conclusion game that they're obviously gonna make a ton of characters, but I always feel that it's gonna take away from the main character Vaughn, and I'm kind of worried that with this in mind, with all these other characters gonna be playing a major factor, it makes you wonder if that entire Kuro cast, if it's not gonna be as focused as much, like maybe like how some of them did with Kuro 2, will be as shafted as much for not making much progress. But we will obviously see. I'm not sure if it will be an overshadow, but we will see when the game releases. Alright. Report. I am aware that Kiseki series have been a fan of it, but is anything that in kind of Kiseki that's designed to trap new players. This time we prepared a feature called Character Chronicles, which allows the players to view a character's past story at any time. Ooh, that means it's one of these daydreams that Reverie introduced, where they featured the past stuff of lore between characters. So I'm guessing these Character Chronicles, they're gonna feature anytime during the story, and we're gonna get to see them. I'm looking forward to see how this actually does, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of dialogue for them to do at the same time. Look at the progression of the story with the legend of heroes currently is in the overall Kiseki progress. Are we getting closer to the end? Kondo says, almost all the mysteries of the first two works of the Republic are can be answered in Kai no Kiseki. In addition, this story allows players to understand the entire content of Zemuria. Kiseki will one day end, and we always feel that this will be a case a long time ago. But after the release of Kai no Kiseki, fans will have a feeling that it is finally reaching to its end. I'm very curious if this is really the start of the Trail series or Kiseki series finally ending. It's gonna be that sad feeling, be like, dang, we were covering such a long base story that's been overgone for the past 20 years, and if they would just end it within one or two titles left, it's gonna be a sad feeling to say. We don't know. We could almost take this statement with a grain of salt, because he could be just making this up, and if the Trail series does end, he's obviously gonna make more games. So anyway, in the past 2 years, Kiseki related character figures have been released quite frequently, which seems to be quite different from the approach in the past few years. May I ask the reason for this? Can you tell us the required criteria for selecting characters for the figures? The Nendroidization was actually a proposal from the outside partner, such as Good Smile. Oh, they're basically talking about the entire production of the Trails figures that's been releasing. Characters like Reen, Altina, Risha, Emma, Lisa, Estelle, Ren, so on and so forth with their character figures, which is pretty amazing. Obviously, they're talking about the Black Rabbit for that report. Both guys and Kiseki and Weiss have grown into the large series over the few years. Do you have any plans to completely remaster in the classics in the future? Honestly, to speak about it, it depends on its popularity, with resources and overall costs. It is a title-worthy IP of being remade. We will try to make it happen, even if it costs a lot of manpower and development costs. We do have plans to completely remake an old title. Maybe Sky? Hopefully it's Sky. We will let you know when it is appropriate to announce the title. Currently, the development team is actively working on a remake of the title. Hope to complete Kai no Kiseki with expectation as soon as possible so we can just devote ourselves to this remake. There are obviously many employees within the company who would love this specific title so much that most of them joined Falcon because of it. And obviously it's talking about Kai no Kiseki, blah blah blah. After important for the CLE stuff, simplified Chinese, blah blah blah. But anyway, that's all we can really take about this entire interview. It's just mostly up here. It's just mostly Weiss X stuff, Not really that important since we're mostly talking about Kai no Kiseki, but yeah. What are you guys' thoughts about how this all interview is? Do you guys believe that this is the final arc? Or this is the final couple of games before Trails truly ends? Or do you feel like there's gonna be another set of games coming, even after this all ends, so we'll just see how this turns out, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this, or I hope you guys know about this interview. Links in the description below if you guys want to take a look. I'll see you guys all next time.